What if I told you that your favorite ad never actually featured a real person, and neither did the persona behind it? Welcome to Unboxed Origins. I'm Howie, your resident science geek and accidental trivia sponge.
And I'm Wyatt. I ask the big questions. Sometimes philosophical, often skeptical, always curious.
Today, we're digging into how did TikTok's AI avatars take over ads? All right, buckle up. To understand TikTok's avatar phenomenon, we have to start with three parallel revolutions colliding: killer short-form video mechanics, massive on-platform creator economies, and rapid improvements in generative media. TikTok's algorithm had already made 15 to 60-second storytelling an art form. That timing was crucial. In 2022, advertisers were desperate. They wanted the raw authenticity of creators, but feared the unpredictability. Compliance, mood swings, scheduling, brand safety, and the rising cost of top creators. Technology solved half the problem. TikTok quietly invested in advanced neural rendering. Think of it as a bridge between deepfakes and Pixar-style digital doubles. By 2023, they layered in multi-model models, few-shot voice cloning, motion retargeting from 2D video, and where available, phone depth data, and style transfer so an avatar could adopt a creator's cadence and lip-sync to any script. TikTok's platform orchestrated these components into an avatar stack, a system that could turn a creator's public persona into a controllable, generative asset. Rollout was textbook platform thinking. Rather than forcing avatars on big brands, TikTok seeded the tech with creators. They launched a creator beta where influencers could generate digital doubles, legally bound virtual personas tied to their handles. Creators got access to easy editing GUIs. Change lighting, swap wardrobe, tweak humor, try A/B variants in seconds. The pitch? Create more content without burning out. Split revenue on avatar-produced ad runs. Keep IP on your avatar. TikTok sweetened the pot with a discovery boost. Posts using these avatars got a short-term algorithmic uplift, a fast reach boost. That reach became contagious. Small creators who once had to go viral to be profitable suddenly had a reliable way to produce high-impression branded content. Brands noticed that those avatar posts had higher completion rates, better CTA clicks, and lower CPMs. The math was irresistible. Consistent persona plus machine-scale iteration equals better ad performance. Technically, what made the system different was how it married personalization and measurement. Instead of one animated spokesperson, the platform could spin thousands of hyper-personalized avatars tuned by region, age cohort, shopping history, even micro-moment context, rush hour commute versus weekend browsing. TikTok integrated product catalogs with the avatar stack, so the avatar could showcase the exact SKU a user had previously viewed, say the navy knit. Instead of a generic sweater, real-time A/B testing was baked into ad insertion. Each view could be slightly different script phrasing, facial expression intensity, or sonic motif, and TikTok's ad system would dynamically route impressions to better performing variants within hours. The result? Faster creative optimization than any human team could sustain. The back-end telemetry, retention curves, micro-reactions, micro-lift, turned creative decisions into a science experiment with N numbers in the millions.
Ha! And here's where people miss the point. The takeover wasn't purely technological, it was contractual. TikTok didn't just build avatars, it reshaped the creator-brand relationship. By giving creators shared ownership options for their avatars and revenue splits for avatar-driven ads, the platform converted influencers into co-owners of a scalable IP in many cases. This aligned incentives in a way that legacy ad agencies had never managed. Suddenly, creators were eager participants rather than cautious contractors. The catch, the one understated twist, is that creators accepted commodification because they got something that humans can't: time. They could monetize their persona while actually living their lives. That willingness to trade a little control for a lot of freedom is crucial to the story.
Exactly, and the rollout exploited a crucial psychological truth. Authenticity is a pattern, not a photograph. People respond to consistent cues: a laugh at the same beat, the same eyebrow hitch, a preferred sign-off. The models learn the pattern much faster than a brand could. But TikTok also engineered a social proof loop. Early adopters shared behind-the-scenes making-of clips showing how their avatar allowed them to test product lines, launch merch, or handle ad campaigns while they were on tour or on vacation. Viewers loved the meta-narrative. Creators were using AI to be more present with their audiences. Brands, which had always feared losing control to creator spontaneity, were paradoxically reassured. They could now scale both control and apparent authenticity. On the ad side, TikTok integrated avatar functionality with Spark Ads and with branded content tools, so the avatars could be served either as organic creator posts or as paid placements. And crucially, the system could surface labeling and disclosure options based on regional regulation. In markets with tighter AI disclosure rules, avatars carried visible badges. Elsewhere, they were subtler. This flexibility made them usable across different campaign goals. Direct response, reach, or brand building. The measurement loop favored avatars because they were programmatically adjustable. You could trim a 30-second spot to 15 seconds, change the CTA color, or even alter the beat pattern to suit auditory preference in minutes. Campaigns that once required days of reshoots were now adjustable in hours. That speed to insight meant advertisers poured more budget into formats that could iterate, and avatar-driven creative iterated the most.
Ah, there's another wrinkle. Ethical and regulatory pressures actually accelerated adoption, not slowed it. How? By making the platform the responsible party for certain workflows. Brands hated the legal mess of negotiating endorsements across dozens of creators. Regulators were circling for disclosures. TikTok offered a managed solution. If you used a platform-created avatar workflow, TikTok provided tools to standardize disclosure mechanics, templates for voice and image licensing, and features to record creator consent and licensing terms, including mechanisms for revocation in some cases. This centralized tooling comforted compliance teams. Ironically, the legal fog that once hampered creator-brand partnerships made a controlled avatar environment more attractive. So rather than being a rogue technology that regulators would suppress, the platform's centralized controls turned it into a more compliance-friendly product. That's an overlooked but decisive reason adoption spiked.
The platform also introduced a marketplace layer, an avatar marketplace where brands could search avatars by persona tags: eco-conscious millennial, comedic dad, luxury minimalist, then license an avatar style for campaign runs. Creators got upfront guarantees plus revenue share for on-platform runs, and they received detailed analytics back about which lines worked and why. For smaller creators, this meant steadier income. For big names, it meant passive revenue and lower burnout. The marketplace economics mattered. Supply of compelling avatars rose quickly because the entry bar was relatively low. A short verification video, some legal paperwork, and an identity check in many cases. With dozens of usable avatars per niche, advertisers could A/B at scale without negotiating with dozens of agents. Efficiency ate friction.
Ha! Let me point to something counterintuitive. The avatar's lifelikeness hinged on emissions, not fidelity. What made them believable wasn't photoreal perfection, which would have been uncanny and expensive, but a curated set of expressive signatures. Cadence, catchphrases, micro-gestures. TikTok intentionally leaned into a performative aesthetic rather than full photorealism to avoid uncanny valley backlash. The avatars are plausible because they perform the right bits and leave the rest to the viewer's imagination. That selective realism is the secret sauce, and most people didn't notice until the pattern was ubiquitous.
As adoption accelerated, the ecosystem shifted. Agencies trained teams to craft avatar-first scripts. Sound designers learned to compose for synthetic voices. Merch and e-commerce flows were built around avatar recommendations. Performance metrics reflected the shift. Lower CPMs, higher conversion rates for personalized SKU placements, and improved retention in brand recall studies reported by some advertisers. Even competitors noticed. Within months, other platforms released their avatar toolkits, but TikTok's advantage was network effects. Creators who had already built a following with their avatars were sticky. The avatars accumulated social capital. They were not just tools, they were extensions of identity. That made it hard for brands to replicate the success elsewhere without porting the creator persona, which is entangled in TikTok's recommendation graph.
Aha! And here's the last twist. The takeover revealed a philosophical tension between authenticity and automation. Consumers didn't just accept avatars because they were efficient. They accepted them because the narrative around them promised human flourishing. Creators sold the story. This frees me to be more present, to do the deep creative work. Fans wanted to support that. So the tech succeeded less by hiding the automation and more by reframing it as an enabler of the human. The moment the story flipped, when avatars were positioned as empowerment rather than replacement, adoption moved from pragmatic to cultural. That was the soft power that made avatars pervasive.
So what's the takeaway? TikTok's AI avatars conquered ads by combining three things: platform-level engineering that balanced realism and control, creator-first incentive design that turned personalities into co-owned, scalable IP in many cases, and ad tooling that let brands iterate at machine speed. The result was ads that felt personal and scaled like display buys. By folding creators into the product, TikTok turned a potential creator versus brand conflict into a cooperative arrangement. That alignment of incentives, tech, money, and narrative was the real engine of change.
And why does it matter beyond clicks and CPM? Because this is a case study in how platforms can shape cultural and commercial norms by rewriting contracts between people and businesses. Avatar tooling didn't just automate a creative process, it altered what authenticity means online. It made consistency and availability part of the currency of trust. For regulators, marketers, and creators, that has big implications. New norms for consent, new expectations for disclosure, and new opportunities and risks for creative labor. We should be excited by the creative possibilities, vigilant about power asymmetries, and curious about how audiences will keep renegotiating what feels real.
If you love this detective work into digital personas, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a creator or marketer who needs to hear this. So next time you click on an ad that feels oddly familiar, ask yourself, is that person really on my screen, or is it an avatar playing my name?